in and you'll get 10% off any purchase. To learn about our sales this month, be sure to check out our Facebook page or DeWittDailyNews.com.
Hi, this is Ryan with Utterback Real Estate. Time to pick up your roots?
That's random.
Have you outgrown your environment?
What are we growing?
Memories, one home at a time.
Oh, I thought you meant corn and beans.
And that's why you're Ryan Utterback.
Click the Utterback Real Estate icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Big changes have happened at Memorial. One of them will simplify the way you get immediate and everyday care. Introducing Memorial Care, the new name for many of the services you use regularly, including urgent care, x-rays, labs, and appointments with your primary care provider. Memorial Care makes it easy to find the care you need, both virtually and in person. Learn more online at memorial.health. Welcome to the new symbol of health.
It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock here on this Monday morning. Taking a look at local news next. From the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com, I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded local newscast streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Last week, Caterpillar announced they will be moving headquarters from Deerfield, Illinois to Texas, and a couple of state lawmakers are offering their opinions. State Representative Dan Calkins indicates the decision of Caterpillar to relocate creates a public relations nightmare for Illinois. He says companies like CAT and Boeing leaving the state sends the wrong message.
What it does, it sends a signal. Are the 230 families moving going to tank Illinois? No. But what the result of this is a huge public relations nightmare for us. When, we had Boeing already moved, they announced they're moving their headquarters. And now here's CAT, one of the, in Peoria. I mean, that's where this is where this whole thing started. A huge corporation. Now they're announced they're moving their corporate office out of Illinois. These companies are seeing the handwriting on the wall, and where they can move, they are. But what we don't see are companies that are making decisions on where to relocate or where to expand. And when they see Boeing leave and they see CAT leave, why would they be an outlier? And why would they decide to move to Illinois when they see these major Fortune 100 companies moving out? That's the unseen part of this that I think is very devastating.
Calkins fears once Caterpillar and other companies move their headquarters out of the state, it'll only make it easier for them to relocate manufacturing plants.
And my fear is that once these companies get their headquarters out of Illinois, it's going to make it easier for them to move manufacturing facilities because they're no longer, their executives are no longer here where they face the browbeating and public humiliation for wanting to move manufacturing facilities out. I think that's the problem I see looking into the future. This is just, I hate to say it, I don't like it, but once these corporate headquarters are gone and all these executives no longer have to face the governor and the local taxpayers, it makes it easier for them to make decisions about their manufacturing facility.
State Senator Chapin Rose feels this move should be a wake-up call for Governor Pritzker and Illinois Democrats. He says corporations relocating headquarters out of Illinois are a blow to the state's economy.
Sadly, these things should be wake-up calls to guys like Governor Pritzker, but they're just not. Macroeconomics of the state of Illinois, business climate that are driving all these businesses out of Illinois are just sort of lost on the political class out of Chicago. And on one hand, they think they're insulated. On the other hand, that they don't care, and because it's just more power to them. And I just don't think I think it's a real problem. But he's shown no willingness to come to terms with the problems we have. either before or after this announcement.
Senator Rose echoes Calkins' sentiments regarding relocating headquarters only making it easier for companies to move manufacturing. He would like to see more investments be made for plants to stay in Illinois.
Actually, last week, had an opportunity to drive down the Indiana side of the Wabash River, and it was, factory after factory after factory, all built in the last 10 or 15, 20 years. And, you'd be hard pressed, other than an exception here, an exception there, to find that on the Illinois side of the Wabash River. Right. So clearly there's a reason why that's happening. Now, I think, one thing you're going to find out, and again, is unless this state fund, even like the budget, Pritzker had something like $16 or $17 billion in excess funds the last 2 years that he wasn't expecting, that came in the form of tax collections that weren't projected or federal COVID relief dollars. And he basically blew it all, and he blew it all and ends up having to raise taxes on businesses again, and frankly, workers, in the form of the unemployment insurance tax, because he, out of 16 or 17 billion, he couldn't find, a couple billion to actually fix the unemployment insurance trust fund debacle from COVID, something he actually made worse by closing everybody when, other states didn't do that. But
both lawmakers remind the public to vote in the upcoming primary election and general election in November if they're unhappy with the current political and economic climate of the state. Social Security is asking Medicaid members to update their addresses for the Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services, or HFS. During the public health emergency, they have not been required to do verifications of eligibility factors for the Medicaid program. Jack Myers at Social Security explains once the emergency ends, they will have to resume these Medicaid verifications and will do so via the mail.
Our partners at Illinois Department of Healthcare and Family Services have asked us to share this important message. Basically, during the public health emergency, the pandemic that we've been involved in here over the past couple of years, they have not been required to do verifications of eligibility factors for the Medicaid program. So if you are on the Medicaid program, they have not had to verify eligibility factors. Well, as soon as this public health emergency ends, they're going to have to resume these Medicaid verifications, and they're going to do that through the mail. So even though they don't know when that's going to be exactly, they're trying to get out in front of this now and let people know that it's very important that you update your address with Illinois Healthcare and Family Services, because if they don't have your correct address, when they send you that verification out, you won't get it and you'll risk losing your Medicaid health insurance. So, they're just really trying to make sure people don't lose that Medicaid.
According to Myers, HFS does not know when that will be, but they're trying to let people know that it's important to update their address with Illinois HFS. If they don't have a correct address, you will not get the verification forms Social Security sends out and risk losing your Medicaid health insurance. Myers also adds, if you're on Medicare and the premiums are paid by Medicaid, you risk losing that assistance as well.
For example, right now, if you're on Medicare, which is, the red, white, and blue card, but you also have Medicaid, the premiums for your Medicare might be paid by the Medicaid program. So you could potentially lose that assistance. So the point that they're trying to make at Illinois Healthcare and Family Services is let them know if your address has changed. There are a couple ways you can do it. You can call them at 877-805-5312, or you can go to the website www.illinois.gov/HFS, as in Healthcare Family Services, /address. The updates, of course, are free and they're fast, they're telling us. And, really, it just will go a long way towards helping you not have any problems with that Medicaid coverage once they start doing those verifications again.
Again, those phone numbers are 877-805-5312 or 877-204-1012. You can call Monday through Friday between 7:45 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. You can also update it online at www.illinois.gov/HFS/address. All that information, including that URL and those phone numbers, are available today at DeWittDailyNews.com. Governor J.B. Pritzker is raising some eyebrows with upcoming trips to the Northeast, including New Hampshire. The trips and planned events have some wondering if the governor is thinking about a run for president in 2024. Governor Pritzker says he's going on the road to campaign for other governors, maintaining it's about supporting pro-choice governors if Roe v. Wade is overturned.
I can't tell you anything other than I love the job that I have. It's why I'm running for re-election as governor of our state, and I intend to continue to do a good job for the people of the state for the next 4 years.
Pritzker is also pushing hard for Chicago to host the 2024 Democratic National Convention. The state is awarding nearly $75 million in grants to increase affordable housing options in Illinois. The federally funded grants will be used to finance construction and rehab projects around the state, providing over 1,000 units of it, says Illinois Housing Development Authority Executive Director Kristen Faust.
A lot of them are brand new units that will be constructed for seniors, for veterans, for working families that have a hard time paying market rent. We have projects in Rockford and Aurora and in Chicago and downstate as well. Housing is such a challenge for so many people these days. And so to be able to create new, clean, decent, safe, affordable units where people can afford with the incomes that they're earning is critical, so that people have a stable base.
Other locations receiving grants will include Peru, Bloomington, Mundelein, Mount Carroll, East St. Louis, and Marion. The Illinois Department of Public Health is warning to watch out for ticks this summer. It's best to avoid walking through areas with tall grass, and if hiking in the woods, stay to the center of a trail, says Vector Control Program Manager Samantha Kerr. Insect repellent is also a good idea.
We recommend an EPA-registered repellent, which would contain DEET, picaridin, IR 3535, or oil of lemon eucalyptus.
When you come back inside, it's advised to check yourself and pets for ticks, and if you find one, use tweezers to pull it straight off the skin.
And the best method to doing that is to take a pair of fine-tip tweezers, grasp the tick right where it is attached at the skin, and to pull straight up.
Ticks are usually found in wooded areas, tall grass, and brush. The best way to avoid them is to wear long sleeves and pants and wear an insect repellent with 20% DEET, picaridin, IR 3535, or oil of lemon eucalyptus. Get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Life is uncertain. Stop in and see me, State Farm Agent Jason France, on the west side of the Clinton Square, or click our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and see how our full lineup of State Farm insurance and financial services can help protect your family.
Local farm broadcaster Jared White covers the local agriculture news you need to know. Hear his reports by downloading the free WHOW mobile app.
Getting your pet's needed medications is easy with Covenant Animal Clinic in Clinton.
Yes, very convenient, especially because I live in Bloomington. It always gets delivered right to your door.
I've used the online pharmacy. It's so easy.
Click the Covenant Animal Clinic icon at DeWittDailyNews.com to learn more.
Eagle Ridge Supportive Living Indicator is affordable to everyone. Marketing Director Carla Thomas here, inviting you to schedule your tour by clicking our icon at DeWittDailyNews.com and start enjoying supportive living.
Bad news, bug campers. Soybean summer camp is canceled.
But we come here every year.
Listen, Renestra insecticide from BASF is headed this way.
So, no soybean beanbag races.
No!
And no leaf eating contest.
Did you hear me? Renestra has a new chemistry, a dual mode of action. We're all goners!
Cancel summer for chewing bugs and resistant aphids with the broad spectrum control of Renestra insecticide.
I don't feel so good.
Always read and follow label directions.
Time now for a look at sports. I'm Seth Lawrence with this report. In a game heard here on WHOW, rookie J.J. Matejevich homered for his first big league hit, and Mauricio Dubon added a 2-run shot, powering the Houston Astros to a 4-3 win over the White Sox Sunday night. The Astros bounced back from a 7-0 shutout Saturday to pick up a 2-1 series win. The victory breaks a tie between Houston manager Dusty Baker and Chicago manager Tony La Russa, giving the 73-year-old a 106-105 edge against the 77-year-old La Russa in regular season matchups dating back to 1996. Houston led by 3 runs when Luis Robert opened the 8th with a broken bat single. There was 1 out in the inning when Robert scored on a triple by A.J. Pollock. He scored on a ground out by Jake Berger to cut the lead to 4-3, but Hector Neris struck out Reese McGuire to limit the damage. Ryan Presley walked the leadoff batter in the 9th inning, but retired the next 3 for his 13th save. Matejevich made it 2-0 when he sent a fastball from Michael Kopech into the seats and left for an opposite field homer. With 2 outs in the 4th inning, Danny Mendick walked with 1 out in the 5th and scored on a 2-out double by Robert that cut the lead to 2-1. Jason Castro singled with no outs in the bottom of the inning. Dubon then connected on his 3rd homer this season to make it 4-1. Kopech yielded a season-high 7 hits with 4 runs and 4 strikeouts in 5 innings. In his return after leaving his last start Sunday in the 1st inning with discomfort in his right knee, it was the 2nd time this season he'd allowed 2 homers in a game. Houston starter Christian Javier allowed 5 hits, yielding a run while tying a season high with 4 walks in 5 innings, but picked up his first win since May 25th. Sox third baseman Yoan Moncada was out of the lineup for his 2nd straight game after leaving in the 3rd inning Friday night with tightness in his left hamstring. Tony La Russa says Moncada would be reevaluated today, hoping he can avoid a trip to the injured list. La Russa also noted that Tim Anderson, who was injured May 29th, will be activated today. Matt Foster was placed on the bereavement list before Sunday's game. Ryan Hazley was recalled from AAA Charlotte to take his spot on the roster. Lance Lynn goes opposite Toronto's Jose Barrios in the opener of a 3-game series tonight. Nick Pivetta pitched 7 dominant innings with 10 strikeouts. Christian Vasquez hit a 3-run home run, and the Boston Red Sox held off the Cardinals 6-4 Sunday, winning their 5th straight series. Trevor Story added a solo shot. Jackie Bradley Jr. had a go-ahead single for the Red Sox, who rebounded after getting blown out 11-2 Saturday night for their 13th victory in 17 games. St. Louis wrapped up its 2nd visit to Fenway Park in 14 years. The Cardinals have lost 3 of 4. Juan Yepes had a pinch hit 3-run home run in the 9th inning, and Tyler O'Neill had 3 hits for the Cardinals but had to leave the